Have you ever noticed how a company stops talking to you long before they try to get rid of you? You can feel it before anyone says a word. The emails slow down. The meetings shrink. The conversations that used to include you now move around you. And at first, you try to explain it away. Maybe everyone's just busy. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm overthinking. But you're not overthinking. You're noticing a story that changed just quietly enough that you start doubting your own. Because when a company is done with you, they don't always announce it. They don't always sit you down. They don't always tell you where you fell short. Instead, they switch strategies. They move from communication to silence, from clarity to confusion, from collaboration to distance. Not because you changed, but because their plans did. And here's the part no one teaches you. When communication disappears, it's rarely an accident. It's an environment shift, a strategy shift, a decision that's already been made behind doors you were never invited into. But the moment that shift happens, most people make the same mistake. They start working harder to feel seen again. They over-explain, over-deliver, over-prove. Because you think the silence is about your performance. But silence isn't feedback. It's a signal. And the truth is harsh, but freeing. You cannot fix a decision that wasn't made with you in mind. See, companies don't always remove you by force. Sometimes they remove you by absence. They shrink your projects, reassign your wins, include everyone except you, and then pretend that nothing happened. Psychologically, this is disorientation. It makes you doubt your instincts, and when you doubt your instincts, you stop taking action. You wait, you freeze, you internalize the problem as you. But the moment you start second-guessing yourself, the environment becomes the authority. And that's when people start disappearing quietly, not because they failed, but because they were conditioned to blame themselves first. But I want you to hear me clearly. You don't disappear because you're weak. You disappear because you've been made to feel unnecessary. And that is not the same thing. Here's the truth that corporate silence never tells you. When they stop talking to you, it's usually because they're already talking about something else. Budgets, restructuring, convenience, politics, a new direction, a new favorite, or simply the path of least resistance. It's rarely about your worth. It's often about their comfort. So what do you do when you start feeling that shift? When you feel yourself being erased by people who still smile in meetings? You do three things. Firstly, you need to stop chasing clarity from people who benefit from withholding it. If they wanted to be clear, they would be. Then you need to start documenting everything. Your wins, your contributions, your impact. Not for revenge, but for reality. Because your memory deserves a record of the truth. Lastly, you need to set a private deadline. Not for them, for you. A moment where you stop waiting for the environment to change and start positioning yourself for the life you want. Because staying in a place that has already written you out doesn't protect your career. It just delays your future. And I want you to remember this. Silence is not safety. Silence is strategy. And you deserve more than being phased out quietly. You deserve to be somewhere your presence is felt, not tolerated. Somewhere your effort is seen, not hidden. Somewhere your growth is supported, not inconvenient. You don't need louder performance. You need a louder standard for what you allow. And once you see the pattern, don't doubt it. Decide. Decide how much longer you'll stay. Decide what future you're building. Decide that your value will not be defined by the people who stopped seeing it. Because the moment you stop trying to stay visible in places that have already dimmed the lights, You start becoming someone who can walk toward the door with clarity, not confusion, with power, not panic, with purpose, not permission. If this hit you harder than you expected, it's because deep down, you already recognize the signs. You already know something shifted, and you already know it's time to protect your future, not their comfort. So before you scroll, do one thing. Drop a comment with, "I see the signs." Not for me, but for you. Because naming the truth is the first step to taking back your power. And if you're ready for the next part, the part where you learn how to respond strategically instead of emotionally, click the next video. Things are about to get clearer.